Hello guys. So my tripod is broken. I'm not in a very beautiful place to sit, but I decided I'm going to do an impromptu Libra reading. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Specifically for Sun, but it may resonate with the other two as well. And I'm just going to see if I get any feelings off of your reading. We'll see what happens. And you know, I get the feeling for you too, Libra. There's kind of this energy of we're going to see how this goes. We're going to see how this goes. Maybe you're like dipping your foot in the water, trying something new or something like that. And I'm also hearing something about things happening in stages. So whatever this is, either you're doing something very carefully or you're doing something that's like for the long term, but you're doing it in increments. It could be something like that, but I'm hearing that it's something that's coming in stages. You're trying something new, okay? Whatever that means, I have no clue. I'm not trying to get all off into your business, obviously, but let's see, first of all, what does Libra need to know right now? Or what do you want to tell me about Libra? Some of you are like leaving one place and going to another. Like you're making your exit is the way that I'm hearing it. Yeah. You are already knowing that something is about to change. Some of you may have strong psychic gifts too. You're looking to see this transition that you're making. You're wanting to make it as smooth as possible. And I feel very strongly that you're using your intuition to guide you on how to make this transition the smoothest possible. Now, this may have something to do with children, creativity, or romance, or none of the above, but I call this out when I see it, okay? But yeah, that's kind of the feeling I get. The spotlight is on you. You're making a move, whether that's a literal move or a mental move, you know, whatever it is. There's some sort of transition that you're going toward using your intuition, trying to make this move as smooth as possible. I do feel like whatever you're doing is planting seeds for your future also. So this isn't something that should be taken too lightly, okay? Whatever that means. So let's move on. Let's see what else we have for Libra. It's like you're trying to feel your way through something here. What else do we have for Libra? I'm also getting some of you are feeling very sentimental also, for whatever that means. You know what? I just realized I did this live again, and once again, I did not make it public. So there's nobody in here. I was like, why? Now I know why. Yeah. So the key to this is you're trying to feel into, this can go a couple of ways. Is there going to be reciprocity if I get involved in this situation? Could be the question for some of you. For others, it's like you're trying to fill out how much can I get from this? Or will I get from this? What will I receive? Okay, that's the way it feels. Some of you, it may be, you know, a situation where, like, I'm giving you an example. Maybe you're moving in with somebody and now you're going to be bound to each other in some way financially, or maybe, you know, you're sharing a car or sharing a property or something like that. Are you open to receiving? That's another question. But remember, receiving requires equal give and take if you don't want it to turn into something if you don't want it to turn into something that becomes more like a grudge, it's got to be kind of an equal give and take type of situation. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Growth. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're stepping into, other people's resources are going to be involved, okay? And that's going to grow your stability in some sense of the word, or that's the way it feels to me. But for some of you, and every time I see a leaf, I think that turning over a new leaf, you're going to have to turn over a new leaf in some sense of the word if you want to create this like nest egg for yourself. It may be difficult for you because, you know, for some of you, it could be that you're used to always doing things on your own or always being in control. And that might be difficult for you, but the suggestion here is to recognize the value of what this new situation can bring to you. Okay? Let's go on. I am so sorry, guys, that this did not go live because I keep forgetting to make it public. All right. What else for Libra? Y'all, I apologize. I'm a little bit, what's the word? Like, I feel kind of rigid. You may be feeling this way too. This may just be me, or this may be an indicator of how you're feeling too. A little pensive, I guess is the word I would use. I don't even really know the actual definition of it, but I feel it, if that makes sense, okay? All right, yeah. You're going to have to grow into this change. That's what it's saying. And it's a positive change. It is a positive change, or it appears that way so far. It appears that way so far. One thing I would be worried about, though, is you've got potentially, for some of you, this is not everybody, for some of you, there may be two authority figures, maybe you and another person, or you and two authority figures. It could be anything like that. But there could be a little bit of a power struggle feeling between two people, whether that's you and another person or two other people that are going to be, you know, in your vicinity, so to speak. But you can work through this. It's a matter of just recognizing, you know, the opportunity that lies there. Some of you, okay, you're used to having your own space. You're used to having your own way of doing things, is the other thing I'm seeing here. And that is something that might need to be communicated. Some of you are literally moving, because it's like changing your sacred space. That's what it says. Some of you are literally moving. And the thing is, you knew this was coming. Like, this has been a long time coming, is the way that it shows here. Yeah. There may have been communication issues between you and another person also. That could be a source of discomfort for you. Okay. So everything I said is true so far, but also I'm going to point out another thing. Based on these cards, it's saying you knew for a long time that this was coming, right? But you tried to put it off. Or the other person did. It could go either way, but I'm saying you for simplicity, okay? It's something that you knew that needed to happen, that actually is going to help your stability, honestly. But you're used to doing things your own way, being in control of everything. And that's why you put this off, because you're not ready to turn over that new leaf, so to speak, or you're not sure that you are. What else do we have for Libra? It is a growth opportunity for you. No matter how you see it, in the long run, it can be. Yeah, see, you took your time. You weren't ready for this. This is emotional release, right? Yeah. You were not ready for this. Or you did not, at least at some point, you did not want this to happen. Some of you may have even cried about it. I mean, I'm not making fun. I'm just like being honest. Like some of you really may have even cried about it. Oh, that's too many cards at one time. I'm not going to take those. I don't know if there's more. Oh, I'm not going to count this in your reading, but just in case, some of you did not want to, and I actually read this in the tarot, so I think this is part of your reading actually. Some of you also didn't want to be involved in this situation because basically you wanted your sexual freedom. Sorry guys, I'm looking to see if there's any more cards that fell, and I don't see any more. So I'm going to go ahead and include this in your reading, because if I hadn't have read this in the tarot once before, I would not add this. But because I did see that before, I feel like it is valid. Okay. What else do we have for Libra? For those of you that it's not about, like romance or something like that, it could also just be, you took your time, you didn't move forward with it. You were trying to control it, which we already spoke about, but it's reiterating that. I think you were worried there would be a spotlight on what was going on in your bedroom, or about how you really didn't want to move forward. You don't want that to be revealed. One of those two things. That's kind of what I see. Or in somebody else's bedroom. Hell, I don't know. One more card for Libra, please. Here it is. Yeah. But I'm just going to tell you, some of you tried to control it because you felt like you were already stable where you were. Maybe through this relationship or whatever ship that you were involved with. But for others, it's more about controlling this, and not allowing this to happen helped you feel like you were more in control. You understand what I'm saying by that? You got the Ascension card. It's like rise above this. Rise above this. And if I look a little bit further, rise above this home or family situation that you're dealing with. Some of you may have health issues, or you may be dealing with somebody who has health issues, or something's going on with your work or with somebody else's work. It could be any of that. Yeah. The further I go, I can keep going with the cards. I'm not going to. Basically, it's just telling me about how you've just really, really taken your time with this. It's hard for you to process because you're in two minds about it. Like, there's this one part of you that's like, yeah, it could bring XYZ to me, but then it takes away some personal freedoms, right? That's what I get from this. So guys, please, 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 please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. If this does resonate with you, I would be glad to hear that as well. I feel tears in this, guys. I don't really, again, I know not every Libra is crying about this, but some of you really are. So maybe I need to speak on that. So if it's something to do with a romance or something, if somebody doesn't agree with your romantic habits or whatever, rise above that family dynamic. Speak about it and be like, you know what? I have the right to do with my body what I want to do with my body. I understand you're helping me and I'm helping you or whatever, but I still have that right, you know? If it's not about that, it's about, you know, I just didn't want to move forward because I didn't want to lose this power over my own life, then have that conversation. Have that conversation. Look, I need help or you need help, but we both need to recognize we do also need our own space. How can we make this happen? Okay? Simple as that. Now, I know it can be a lot more complex, but I'm saying open up the lines of communication, because with these cards together, it kind of tells me that maybe there's been a blockage or a cutoff in the communication about what is necessary to make you feel more comfortable with this transition. Maybe you feel like you're going to be judged. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I hope this helps you, Libra. Do take some time to reflect on how you're feeling. I feel like this is really important for you. Reflect on how you're feeling. And even if you have to burn it afterwards, because you don't want somebody to see the evidence, write down how you're feeling. What really, really is upsetting you. Write it down. And contemplate on that. And kind of like work on a way to bring that forward to the other person and see where it goes from there. Because I feel like from what's showing here, it's actually going to be a good move for you. It's a good move for you. Different, but still good. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys. Good night.